How's it going, guys? This is my 1979 Chevy Camaro. This is part 6. And this video is more of a product review and show you in this video how the direct to metal epoxy primer works from Summit Racing. I got a quarter deck lid and a door that's needing epoxy primer. So in this video, I'm just going to kind of show you what it's like, just for if anyone's out there wondering if this is good or not. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out. I already got my panel clean, taped, and ready to spray. So now all we got to do is mix up the epoxy, turn our air compressor on, and start shooting. Okay, so once you got all this mixed, when it does come in, it is very thick on the bottom and the sides. So go ahead and stir it until it's a nice and steady consistency. Okay. Now that we got it all mixed, we're going to go ahead and pour. I'm going to use, for this job, I'm going to use 24 ounces just so I can get 3 coats, and I think that should be more than enough. It's always better to have extra than less. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, so since I'm using 24 ounces, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the epoxy up to 12, and then the rest will be the hardener. And there you go. We got our 12 ounces. Okay, now that we got our 12, we're gonna go ahead and use our hardener. It's not called hardener, it's called epoxy primer catalyst. But essentially this is what you're gonna need to reduce it / activate it. So mine did come in a little bit. So I'm probably going to spill a little bit, but surely yours won't. So now that we have 12, we're going to fill this up to 24. And that'll be our 1-to-1. Not easy to pour. Okay, you probably could have done a better job than I did. I spilled quite a bit. Anyways, we got our 24 now. Once that's in there. All right, now we got this all mixed up. Now we're gonna go ahead and pour it into, I am using a Harbor Freight's gun with a water separator and a pressure gauge. I am gonna be shooting this at 22 PSI, anywhere between 20 and 25 is pretty good for anything like this. And it does have a 1.5 tip. What I believe from epoxy, you should be using anywhere between 1.4 and 1.6. Now, pour the quarter. This is the epoxy after it was fully cured, about 17 hours, give or take. Came out really well. Very happy with the results. Very smooth, very slick. I don't know if you can see, but this is really nice for seeing any damage or any dents that you might have missed, like for this one right here. but this came out really nice. So I highly recommend the product from Summit. You cannot beat it for its price. Really, really well. I did get a quote for direct metal epoxy from the actual body shop that I worked at. They quoted me $300 for the same kit. This is about half its price. About $150, $170. I did have a coupon, so I did get a little discount. Very, very nice product. I highly recommend. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm not a painter. I'm a body tech. This is just, I wouldn't consider myself a master painter, but I was good enough to at least not make any runs or have any dry spray spots. It's super easy to spray, so I think anybody can do it. No need for taking it to like a shop or anything. If you're gonna do this, you can do it at home. Like I said, importantly, the first thing to do is clean your panel very well. You don't want to leave any moisture behind or any rust or anything like that. Do clean it, and then secondly, mask it off, and then third, just mix up and read the instructions, and it will come out pretty well. All right, well, that wraps up the video, so thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.